All right, so me and Amber here are working on the old Project Salt, trying to get that back together. I can barely talk. I'm gonna show you guys the issue with it real quick. I've never seen a piston look like this. It's got a hole through the freaking skirt, man. How did this not destroy the cylinder? How?
That's impressive.
The cylinder looks fucking new, man. What? I've never seen that before. That's nuts. Other piston looks great. A little dirty, a little oily, and got a little coolant on it. Looking good. Wow. On further inspection, you can see this piston is looking pretty rough too. So we're gonna go ahead and do both pistons. I'm just still in awe that the cylinders aren't all ate up. I should put some light on it and actually clean them and show you guys, but it's incredible. These are SPI pistons. I mean, this side, the intake's looking rough. This side, well, kind of looks rough all the way around. But it's kind of weird. They got like this little bit of a lip on the edge. That one does too.
That one's got a really big lip.
Yeah.
That's what made me notice it.
I know.
I was like,
That's
what's
crazy, man. I'm just in awe. I've just never seen one with a hole in the skirt like that. It's so fucked. The dude said he was just sitting there at idle, and it dropped the cylinder. So that's just nuts. I can't believe it didn't do any damage to the cylinder or the head. I got the head sitting here. It looks perfect. Literally, none of that metal somehow miraculously didn't just destroy everything. Okay, so I got the motor pulled. It's in here looking, got it all sprayed out. Nice and clean in there. It looked really gross originally. It was just like a ton of stuff down there. But it almost looks like there's stuff down there. There's just the smallest amount, and then you see the reflection on the counterbalancer of the hole. So that's all cleaned up. Looking good. Amber's impatiently just sitting on the sled like, why doesn't it run yet? Why does it not go? Anyway, so I was planning on tearing this whole thing apart, splitting the case, cleaning it out, but it is looking really good. It spins smoothly. It had some really, really dirty fluid down in the bottom of the crankcase. You know, I assume just coolant mixed in with nasty piston material from that one. Gosh, I can't believe how bad that is. Definitely looks like it got a little bit hot, but throw some oil at it. See what happens. Alright, here we are. Got her all torqued down, spun it a bunch of times. Head's, or not the head, the cylinder's torqued down though. So I pretty much just threw the clutch bolt on so I could use it. Braced against my leg, and I just torque it. Otherwise, it needs to be in the sled or have somebody else there to hold it for you. But clutch bolt against the leg method worked. Using the tunnel as my workbench. There's that Zebro's rear bumper that they put on it. That's kind of cool. Beefy, beefy. Amber insisted. She's like, listen here, you punk, you're finishing this sled. So that's pretty much what we've done. I got the motor back in. I know, oh, I still don't have the intake piece. Shit, I don't have the intake with the sensor. So that's one thing that dude probably overlooked because he tore this apart when I got it. Yeah, so there's supposed to be an intake tube that runs from the air box to the hood, and it is not there. And yeah, see, it would go to right there. So that's an issue. Can't start it till we have that. We're on to my uncle's. I might have one there for one of the sleds I parted out back in the day, or we'll go to Leif's and I'll steal one from the sled he's parting out. Okay, so I found an intake tube in my spare stash, but it's got no sensor. So we're gonna head to my buddy Leif's house, and I'm pretty much just gonna steal an intake off the sled. that I recently did a motor swap on, and it's a park sled now, so we took the motor out for a different sled. And then I might as well stop at Napa and get the right spark plugs. I got two, a BR90S, which I know is wrong, and some random Champion, which might actually be the right plug for it. But I'm gonna go pick up two BPR90S's, coolant, and an intake tube for this thing. And then we're gonna see if this thing will fire up. All right, so I went to Napa, grabbed some brand new spark plugs, stole this little intake piece with the sensor from my buddy Leif. Thank you, Leif. And I think it's pretty much ready to do a first start. I'm just waiting on Amber to get back, and I'll give her a couple pulls and see what happens. Leave everything's hooked up. New belt. Need a couple zip ties to clean up the wiring some, but this is just a test fire. See how she sounds, I guess. Should be good. Okay, so first attempt starting the Project Assault. Hopefully not too much stuff falls off it, but hopefully it fires right up. Fresh top end, new plugs, think everything's hooked up. Here we go.
There's a coolant pan underneath, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I got it out. I burped the coolant system, and I went to take it up and down the street through check engine light. Literally, I made it from there backed up to here through check engine light, and will not rev above 3,500 RPMs. So I'm pretty sure the issue is the micro switch or whatever in the throttle block. Probably had the wires come undone. Actually, I know it did. So I got to get that fixed, and then it'll be up running again. Okay. All right, so I went ahead and fixed that wire, put a smaller connector on it, see what happens. See if it'll rev above. Oh yeah, we're fixed. No more check engine light. Yeah, buddy. All right, we're gonna race Project Assault and Denny's fancy new Khaos 850. He's gonna smoke me, but this ought to be entertaining. You know, it's gonna be pretty sad if you get beat by an old 800.
Right. You got a weight traction advantage.
I do have, yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty convinced. I'm already talking myself up into losing. I'm recording. Terrible idea, I can barely see. Alright, yeah.
sled length on me. Let's go again. I think we're pretty close on the launch, and then the 850 pulls away about a sled length. I'm just glad it wasn't like getting completely destroyed. It wasn't too bad. He got about a sled on me. This is maybe 400 feet, maybe. Look, they're pretty close. You got about a sled length on me both times.
Yeah.
They're pretty close.
You suck.
That thing's bone stock,
Yeah. Well, it's just a can.
and I got, so that's basically like a dialed in, as good as you can get 800 for stock motor versus an 850 stock.
So you got as good as you can get.
Yeah, because I got that thing clutched and
Oh, nice.
I geared it, put a little Garrett magic on there. Okay, so just to like clarify before people ask a bunch of questions about that race, that's a bone stock 850 Khaos with a can, and my Assault 800 is clutched, geared, but that's pretty much it as far as performance. I do have a can too, so that's even playing field there. I have 100 pounds on the other rider. He's a smaller dude, but they were pretty close. I was impressed with how well the 800 actually kept up with the 850. So that was pretty cool. I always wanted to compare the two, and now we have.